World War usually refers to World War I 1914-1918 or World War I 1939-1945, both of which were global conflicts that involved many of the world's major powers. World War I began in 1914, triggered by the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand of Austria-Hungary. The war quickly spread, with Germany, Austria-Hungary, and the Ottoman Empire the central powers fighting against the Allied powers, which included France, Britain, Russia, and eventually the United States. War I was characterized by trench warfare and brutal fighting on the Western Front in France and Belgium, as well as in the Middle East and Africa. The introduction of new technologies, such as tanks and poison gas, led to staggering casualties. The war ended in 1918 with the signing of the Treaty of Versailles, which imposed harsh penalties on Germany and led to major political and economic upheaval in Europe. World War I was one of the deadliest conflicts in human history. It lasted from 1914 to 1918 and involved more than 30 countries, including many of the world's major powers. The war was fought on multiple fronts, including Europe, Africa, and Asia, and resulted in the deaths of an estimated 8.5 million soldiers and 13 million civilians. The war was marked by brutal trench warfare and the introduction of new technologies such as tanks and poison gas. It also saw the collapse of several major empires, including the Austro-Hungarian and Ottoman empires, and the rise of the Soviet Union. The Treaty of Versailles, which ended the war, imposed harsh penalties on Germany, including massive reparations payments and the loss of territory. The treaty also set the stage for World War II, as it left Germany economically devastated and politically unstable. World War I began in 1939 with the invasion of Poland by Germany, and quickly spread to involve much of the world. The Axis powers, led by Germany, Italy, and Japan, fought against the Allied powers, which included the United States, Great Britain, and the Soviet Union. The war was marked by major battles in Europe, Africa, and Asia, as well as atrocities such as the Holocaust, in which millions of Jews and other minorities were killed by the Nazis. The war ended in 1945 with the surrender of Germany and Japan, and the United States emerged as a major superpower. World War I was even deadlier than World War I, with an estimated 70 million deaths. The war began in Europe with Germany's invasion of Poland in 1939, but quickly spread to involve much of the world. The war was marked by major battles on multiple fronts, including Europe, Africa, and Asia, and saw the use of new technologies such as jet aircraft and atomic bombs. The war also saw some of the worst atrocities in human history, including the Holocaust, in which millions of Jews and other minorities were killed by the Nazis. The war ended in 1945 with the surrender of Germany and Japan, and the United States emerged as a major superpower. Both World War I and World War I had profound impacts on the world. They led to major political and economic changes, including the rise of the United States as a global superpower and the establishment of the United Nations. They also set the stage for many of the conflicts and tensions that continue to shape the world today.